Have you ever stopped and wondered how a country with over 1 billion people actually works? I mean, it's not magic, right? It's all built on this carefully constructed pyramid of laws, institutions, and systems. So in this explainer, we're going to break down that governance pyramid of India one layer at a time.
It's a really mind-boggling question, isn't it? From a tiny, remote village council, all the way to the grand halls of parliament, what is it that keeps this vast and incredibly diverse nation running? Well, let's find out, starting at the very foundation.
You see, the real foundation of India's governance pyramid isn't in New Delhi. No, it's in the villages and towns all across the country. This is where democracy is most real, most tangible, in the form of local self-government. And at the absolute core of this local governance are the Panchayati Raj Institutions, or PRIs. You can just think of your local village council. Thanks to some landmark constitutional amendments, they're not just some suggestion box. These are constitutionally empowered bodies. They're the ones deciding on crucial local issues like, hey, where should we build that new school? Or how are we going to manage our waste collection?
So, you might be wondering, how do these local bodies get their money? Well, it's actually a mix of different grants, each designed for a specific purpose. You've got tied grants, which are earmarked for specific projects, like building a new road. Then there are untied grants, which give a lot more flexibility for local priorities. And to encourage good governance, you even have performance-based grants. It's a system that really tries to balance national priorities with what's needed on the ground.
But here's the thing about India's incredible diversity. A one-size-fits-all approach just doesn't work. And the PESA Act of 1996 is a fantastic example of this. In what are called scheduled areas, these are regions with large tribal populations, this act actually adapts the panchayat system. It makes sure that their unique cultural and governance traditions are respected and woven right into the formal structure.
Okay, so we've got a solid foundation of local governance. But what's holding the entire structure up? Well, that would be the pillars of law and citizen rights.
And get this, these rights, they don't just stop at the prison gates. India's constitution and its courts have consistently upheld the rights of prisoners. For example, Article 39A guarantees free legal aid for anyone who can't afford it. So even though the states manage the prisons, the fundamental rights of inmates are protected all across the nation.
This quote from the Supreme Court, it's just so powerful. It perfectly captures the judiciary's role in protecting basic human dignity. It's a really important reminder that even when the state has the power to imprison someone, it does not have the power to strip away their fundamental rights.
Now, beyond the justice system, our rights as citizens follow us right into the marketplace. The Consumer Protection Act gives us all some really crucial rights, like the right to safe products, and importantly, the right to be heard if something goes wrong. It's a law that honestly impacts every single one of us in our daily lives.
All right, with a strong foundation and some sturdy pillars in place, we're now moving up to the top of our governance pyramid, the superstructure. These are the major institutions that shape national policy and, well, make sure the entire system runs smoothly.
So you might not hear about these every day, but zonal councils play an absolutely crucial role in what's called cooperative federalism. Chaired by the Union Home Minister, these councils bring leaders from different states together to talk about shared challenges, everything from big infrastructure projects to security concerns. They're a really key forum for collaboration. You know, in any system of governance, accountability is everything. You need a watchdog. And in India, one of the most important watchdogs is the Lokpal. This is an independent body that has the power to investigate corruption allegations against high-ranking public officials. It really acts as a crucial check on power.
But what happens when different parts of this complex machine are in conflict with each other? Our final section looks at the specialized systems that are in place to resolve disputes, especially the really tricky ones between states.
They say water is life, and in India, it's also a source of some pretty major disputes. I mean, just look at this map. It shows a whole complex web of river water conflicts crisscrossing the country. To deal with these super-sensitive issues, India has a system of specialized tribunals that bring in technical experts to try and find fair solutions.
Let's take a real-world example to make this clear: the Sutlej-Yamuna Link Canal dispute. This is a classic clash of principles. On one hand, Punjab talks about its riparian rights, basically the rights of those living along the river. But Haryana, on the other hand, argues for its fair share based on historical agreements. This is exactly the kind of intricate, high-stakes puzzle that these tribunals are designed to solve.
So from the grassroots all the way to the highest levels, that's a quick tour of India's governance pyramid.
It's complex, and it's always evolving. But, understanding it is the first step towards strengthening it. And that leaves us with a question. How can each of us, you and me, contribute to making this system work better, to make it more effective and more just? Thanks for joining us on this journey.